Welcome to Real Estate and Taxes with Lakshay. I will be helping you minimize your taxes. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my Tuesday session on real estate and taxes. And today we're going to be talking about what business can you start for less than $25,000 in Canada. It is the dog washing business. Yes, you heard it right. There's a self-serve dog wash parlor that you can open for less than $25,000. And today we're going to be talking about details about this. So without further ado, let's get started. Today's agenda will be, we're going to be talking about how does a self-serve dog washing business work? What are the initial steps, initial costs to start? What are some of the permits and licenses? And what are some of the income and expenses, followed by the conclusion. Let's just get started first. How does it work? Self-serve dog wash business is similar to a vending machine where you basically will bring your dog and there is a unit. In that unit, there's tubs, shampoo, conditioner, where you're gonna put your money, the machine will start, and similar to how a car wash works, there are hoses there. You can wash your dog, shampoo them, bathe them, condition them, and then dry them, followed by spraying a disinfectant before leaving the dog wash. So the initial cost is roughly $13,000 to $45,000 for the unit itself. For today's numbers, we're going to be starting with the most cheapest one, which is $13,000. I've basically got all of the information from one supplier. His name is K9000. They're situated in Australia, and most of the pictures, the actual amounts are from them. The franchise fees is actually zero in this model. So a lot of the times, you buy a business in Canada and you have to pay, royalties, franchise fees forever, right? So this business does not have that. So another great way to look at it, because you're going to be starting the business for less than $25,000. The second thing is the labor and employee cost. There's absolutely no labor or employee. The third thing is infrastructure requirements. Infrastructure for every city is a bit different. So if it's in Toronto versus Brampton, the municipality is different. So before opening one, you definitely need to check the zoning requirements of your place. If the zoning requirements permits, only then you can actually open this business. Every municipality has a different starting fees as well as renewal fees. So City of Vaughan basically was charging roughly $188 to apply for a pet grooming business license, and the renewal was roughly $124. So now that we understand what are some of the initial costs to set up, now let's look at the income and expenses for this business. So this is my favorite part. One-time cost, we're going to classify the initial cost of buying the actual equipment, which on the website it says roughly $13,000 to $45,000. We're going to go with the cheapest model. It works out to roughly $13,000 and change. The setup cost is basically plumbing and electrical that you would need to install to make sure that this is functional. We're allocated roughly $3,000 to it. The signage outside your store would be roughly $1,200. There's some permits and application have allocated an arbitrary cost of $750, and then there's a total cost of roughly $17,950. These are all the one-time expense. Now let's look at the recurring cost of operating a dog washing business. If we look at the $25 fees that we're going to be charging, we can do this by 12 wash per day and 260 days. So that would work out to roughly $77,000. If we look at from the expenses point of view, the cost per washing this dog is only $3 for us because of the shampoo, conditioner, and utilities. That would work out to roughly $9,300. If we look at the marketing aspect, if we spend some Google ads and Facebook meta ads, Google listing, all of these things compiled, I've allocated roughly $6,000 to it. If you want a self-serve website where people can make a booking before coming, I've allocated $4,200 to it. Rent is roughly $1,500 a month, which works out to $18,000. Annual maintenance roughly related to $1,500. The best part about this business is there's no salaries and wages because it's self-operated, self-serve option, and there's no franchise fees. So overall, if I operate the one-time cost of roughly $17,950 plus the cost of recurring costs, both of them add up to $57,000. Our revenue was 77, our costs are 57. We're still left with roughly $20,000, $21,000 in net profit. Now let's look at some of the pros and cons of operating this business. The pros is you can basically have passive income coming 24/7. A lot of the business owners existingly have, or IT contractors, they have their full-time jobs, but they have some savings they want to start this business with. So this is a great way to have some passive income. The vending machine model is actually self-serve. So that's another good option, because there's no employee required to monitor the bookings and have someone, because most of the business over in Canada have a very high payroll cost. This has no payroll because no employees is needed to operate this. So very good. The third advantage to, I think you can do customizable sizes. It can be situated based on wherever you want it. So the customizable options and flexibility is another great advantage to set up a business like this. Some of the cons or disadvantage of this business would be there's some municipal permits, and based on wherever you live, you need to apply and check the zoning restrictions. So that is a disadvantage. The second thing is low barriers to entry. Because the setup cost is so low, anyone can typically go and start this business without any problem. Also, location is one of the things that you need to have very densely populated. One of the other things I wanted to mention is a lot of newcomers watch this videos and they don't have the initial capital to start any business. Even 25,000 might be a big amount for them to start with. So I want to suggest looking at Business Benefit Finder. This is a tool offered by the government of Canada to basically finance your loan, start your new business, provide expert advice, provide guidance as to what are some of the do's and don'ts, how to apply for permits. So this is a great tool. And in conclusion, what I would definitely suggest is adding this facility to your existing business can be a game changer. If let's assume you have a retail facility which has, for example, people already coming in for laundry service, people already coming for car wash, or anything that is some sort of convenience store, all of these can have this additional unit installed, and from the additional unit you can actually get a great source of revenue. Make sure to check your zoning requirements, make sure if your municipal license is permitted, but just by quick fix, plumbing and electrical, this can be easily done. Whenever you order a dog wash business, like a unit, it doesn't come unassembled, it comes assembled one piece. You just need someone to do the electrical work and plumbing, and you're good to start right away. So great for passive income. So I would highly recommend, anyone who's already has an existing business can add this as a supplement. So thank you once again for joining in. Really appreciate everyone joining in. We're going to be soon talking about a brand new business next week, so stay tuned.